Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and back to Sudoku U. And it's a great time for me to be doing Sudoku U because Signet Sudoku Volume 3, which is where the most recent sets of the Sudoku U series have come from, has now been released. So while the puzzle I'm doing today is Modular Ladders by Conejito, below you will find a link to the entire Sudoku U pack. Now, if you're a member of my Patreon, either free or paid, you will have got a notification of Signet Sudoku Volume 3, which is basically all of these Sudoku U puzzles. Well, at least the most recent set. It's all of those puzzles, including ones that I will not be featuring on the channel, starting with some introductory, very smaller grid puzzles all the way up to the really hard ones. So that book is available for free. You can also order a print copy from the link below. So there's all sorts of options for you if you're interested in that. But all of the puzzles are now available, but that's not stopping me solving them. I'm kind of looking forward to it. So is there anything else I want to call out? I'll be doing another set of 5 Sudoku U puzzles. I'm just keen to get straight into it, so that's what I'm going to do. Check the links below. There'll also be a link to this puzzle below where you can try it for yourself. So let's have a look at Modular Ladders by Conejito. Conejito, I'm not sure. Anyway, so we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Kropki pairs. So digits in cells separated by a black dot are in a 2-to-1 ratio. Digits in cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive, and not all dots are necessarily given. So it would be perfectly fine for this to be a 6 and for these to be consecutive, because you don't need to have a dot in order for that to be a case. Similarly, it's also be fine for this to be a 6 and these to be in a 2-to-1 ratio, because you don't need a dot for that to be the case. Then we've got modular lines. Any set of 3 adjacent digits along a modular line. So any 3 adjacent digits that we can pick anywhere along one of these lines, they all have different remainders when divided by 3. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you were to divide any digit from 1 to 9 by 3, they will each have a different remainder. For example, if you divide 1 by 3, you have 0 3s and 1 remainder. 4 has 1 3 and 1 remainder, and 7 has 2 3s and 1 remainder. So they all have 1 remainder. So those are one of the sets. So the easy way to determine this, if you're wondering, is you can look at either the keypad on Sudoku Pad or on your keyboard if you've got one, and the vertical banding of the numeric keypad 147, 258, 369. Those are your modular sets. So we're working with digits 147, 258 and 369, and each run of 3 must contain one of each of those sets, or a digit from one of each of those sets. So in this set of 3, there must be 1 digit from 147, 1 from 258, and 1 from 369. Same with those 3, same with those 3, same with those 3. They're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. I'm going to start with my standard coloring. I color 147 in blue, 258 in green, and 369 in yellow. But I don't think that's where I'm starting here. What I'm curious, actually, this isn't as powerful as I thought, because 1, 2, 3, well, it can't be 1, 2, 3. Now, it can't be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Now, it can't be 4, it could be 4, 5, 6, it could be 5, 6, 7. Actually, anything is kind of possible here. Now, okay, let's talk about black dots, because black dots only can be a low digit and then they're even double. So must be doubling a low digit in order to get it. Now, that could mean 1 would double to 2 and you've got 2 low digits, but you've got 1 doubling to 2, 2 doubling to 4, 3 doubling to 6, 4 doubling to 8. But none of these can be 3 doubling to 6. So they could be 1 doubling to 2, 2 doubling to 4, and it can't be 3 doubling to 6 or 4 doubling to 8. So these are all from 1, 2, 4, 8. But I can't put 1 on here. And if I was to make this 2, 4, then this would be 2, 4. This would be 1, 8, which isn't correct. So this can't be 2, 4. As soon as you've got a situation like this, where you've got 2 black dots and neither of them can be 3, 6, and they all see each other, one of them must be 1, 2, and the other 4, 8, because 2, 4 would leave 1, 8, which doesn't work. So one of these is 4, 8, one of these is 1, 2. I can't put the 1, 2 here. So this is the 1, 2, this is the 4, 8. Now 1 and 2 are from the 147 and 258. So these are both of the yellow, and 48 are also from 147 and 1 from 258. So these are both yellow because this needs one from 369 and it doesn't have it. This needs one from 369, doesn't have it. This needs one from 369. So these are a 6-9 pair. These are 369. Not sure how to take that any further. Well, actually I do, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 5-7 pair, and the 5 is making that the 7 and that the 5. So this becomes blue, because 147 for me is blue, and this becomes green, because 258 is green. That's cool. Can't quite do the same over here, because one of these could be 3-6. No, they can't be 3-6 because 3-6 are the same modularity. So if I was to make one of these 3-6, they'd both be yellow, and that would break the modular line because I wouldn't have a blue or a green in here. So none of the, I don't need, like in here, this 3 is what told me this, but you don't need it. These are also from 1, 2, 4, 8, and one of them must be 1, 2, and one of them must be 4, 8. Now this can't be a 1. Because if this was a 1, by consecutiveness, I can't go down to 0, so this would be a 2. And this would be, I can't halve a 1 to a half, so this would be double and be 2, and both of those would be 2. So that can't be a 1. This is 2, 4, 8. And 1 can only go with 2 because of the logic I described over here. So if this is a 1, that's a 2. This can't be a 1, so that can't be a 2. But that is now 1, 2, 4, 8. So those cells there contain 1, 2, 4, and 8. So what can this be? I can't use 1, 2, 4, 8 or 3. So they're from, well, I can mark what these 4 digits are. They're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9. But 9 would need an 8, and I don't have it. So that becomes the 9, which is a yellow digit, and these are 5, 6, 7. Cool. This triple, however, well, these are... I'm going to get rid of the red. That was just to indicate the quadruple. These don't contain yellow. So these are the yellow digits. And in here, I've got one, right, this is a blue digit because in here, I've got a green and a blue. And in here, I've got a green and a blue because 1 and 2 are blue, green and blue, and 4 and 8 are green and blue. So there's a blue in there, a blue in there. This must be blue. So this is from 147, but I'm not sure which. Well, it's no. I do know which, because this is 1, 2, 4, 8. This is a 7, and that actually would have given me the 5, 6, 7 in an interesting way. That's very cool. But these are 3 and 6. Can I narrow that down? I'm not sure. So is it this digit? Because this is also yellow, so it's from 369. This can't be a 6 because 6 would need to be consecutive with 5 or 7, and that can't be 5 or 7. So this is only 3 or 9. Okay, this is yellow because this set of 3 needs a yellow. And this is yellow because of the same thing. Any of these black dots cannot contain a yellow digit because a black dot, you can never put a 9 on a black dot because if I put a 9 on a black dot, its half would be 4.5 and double would be 18, and that's not possible. And if I put a 3 on it, I need a 6, and if I put a 6 on it, I need a 3, and I'm forcing 2 yellow digits next to each other. So none of these can be yellow. So this must be yellow, those must be yellow, those must be yellow. None of these can be. So anything next to a black dot on a modular line must be a yellow digit. And these, these are all from 369. That's kind of cool. So these are from 369. That one's not 9. Okay, that one's not 3. Can I take that any further? Well, there's one of each in there. There's one of each in there because this is the other half. So there's one of each in here. So whatever this is, those are the same. So this is from 248 and must contain a 2 because it can't be from 3, 6. So it's either 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, which it can't be, 2, 4 or 4, 8. So it must contain a 4. But this one doesn't see another black dot as clearly, so it doesn't have the same restriction. This one is from 1, 2, 4, 8. Now, is it these consecutive dots? Well, hang on. I put the 369 there in the wrong place. I should have put the 369 there. Okay. So these are all from 1, 2, 4, 8. Well, that can't be a 1 or a 2. So that's a 4 or an 8. An 8 would make that a 4. A 4 would make that a 2 or an 8. And there must be a 4 in there. So is it to do with 4s? Because 1 can't be in any of those, can't be in there. 1 is in one of the, 1 is in one of those two. Because I can't put 1 here because it's not consecutive with 6 or 9. 1 is in one of those two. So 1. If this is, so this is 5 or 7 if it's a 6 or an 8. So this is only 5, 7 or 8. What is this triple maybe? Because 2, I've got 3, 4, 5, 2, 5 and 7 go into these. And there's no 7 there. So this is 2 or 5. There must be a 7 down here. Sudoku says there must be a 7 down there. Right, and that's huge. Because there must be a 7 down here for this column because that 7's saying not there and the modularity prevents it being anywhere else. And there must be a 7 in here because that 7 says not, these two 7s say not in those, that by modularity. So where is 7 in this row? 7 is in one of those two. But if that's 7, that's 4, and that could work. I get the feeling I'm missing something phenomenally important. Because next to 369, 2, 4, 5, 7, or 8 is just too many options. I don't like... Well, this one is a bit more restricted. Right, this can't be a 6. Because if this is a 6, this would have to be 5 or 7. And I can't put 5 or 7 on a black dot because the ratios are either something and a half or over 10. So this can't be a 6. But that's the only one like that, I think. One of those two is a 6. One of those two is a 6. I'm a little bit lost. One of these is 1, 2. One of these is 4, 8. If that's 4, 8, that's 2, that's 4. And 4 is there. Hang on. If that's 1, 2. No, if that's 4, 8, 2, 4, and then 4 is there because 4 can't be at the top. 4 is in one of those. What's the simple thing here I'm missing? 9, 8, 7, 2, 4. 3 would make this 2 or 4. 9 would make this 8. So this is from 2, 4, 8. So this is just from 1, 2, 4, 8. But I don't see a restriction. These are all from 1, 2, 4, 8. That one just can't be 1. Oh, that can't be 1 either. This can't be... Right, so there is a 4 on here. Can I restrict that any further? But 2 and 8 are from the same modular set. So I'm not sure how that's doing anything. One is in one of those 3. 1, 2 here, or a 1 here, which would make that a 4. which would make that a 4, which works for that 4, 8. I'm feeling very blind here. Do I need to color? Like, one of these is going to be green and the other one is going to be purple. This is one of each. This is purple because of the fact that whatever purple is, whether it's green or blue, this is missing it. This is the opposite one and this would be missing it. So this would be back to orange. This is one of each. So this is one of each. And one of them is 7. But I don't see how to extend this further. So this is one of each. One of them is 7 and the other one is from 258. No, I'm very confused. So this is from 1248 and that... But I'm not seeing how to remove anything from that one. This is from 1248, and I'm not seeing how to remove anything from that one either. So I'm trying to see if these colours can be extended in any way. This is one of each. Yeah, I know that there's no yellows in those. Those are all blue and green. Three is in one of those two. So 3 is down here. There is a yellow in one of those. Because I can't put another yellow on this line. These are the same. But if these are 4, 7, that just means... No, that just works as well. I am very confused. This one's not supposed to be that hard. Sorry, I am quite lost. There's no yellow in any... Yeah, I've already got all the yellows in this row. Maybe I can colour these. No, I'll get rid of this colouring because it doesn't seem to go anywhere. These would be a form of purple. These would be a form of orange. This is one of each. This couldn't be 1 or 4. This can't be 7. This is 5, 8. That's... How did I miss that? This is 5 or 8, which makes it green, because it can't be 4, it can't be 1. Right, so this is 5 or 8. So this is blue, which means it's not 2 or 8, it's 1 or 4. This is green, which means it's not 1 or 4, it's 2 or 8. But that still works, 1, 2, or 4, 8. Five, 6. So I've got the colouring here. If this is 5, 2, oh no, if this is 8, this is... If this is 8, there's a 2 up here and this is 5. If this is 5, that's 2 and that's 4, 8. So there must be an 8 in one of those. And this is one of each, but I'm really lost. Oh, 1, 2 is looking up. That's not the 1. That's the 1. I'm really failing at the Sudoku today, aren't I? So this becomes blue, which means this becomes blue, which means these become green. Okay, let's try this again. So this is 2, 5, 8. And this is 2 or 8. Now, 2 can't go with 1, so 2 would make this 4, and 8 would make this 4. This is a 4, this is a 1, this is a 2. There's no 2 here, which means this can't be a 3. Where is 7 in this row now? I can't put it in any of those. There's a 7 in the box. Can't put it in those. That's a 7, which is also blue. 5 in this box now. Can't go on the, it's in one of those two. So what is this? I've got 3 blue. This is green. So it's from 258. Four. I definitely missed the Sudoku here. Now there's a 7 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 could be there still, I think. 8, 9, 3, 6, 2, 5 all seems to work. Three would need 2 or 4. This can't be a 3. So that's a 6, 9 pair. This is the 3, which looks down saying that's not a 3 anymore. That's a 6, 9 pair. So this is only from 5, 7, or 8. If that's a 7, that's a 4. If that's a 5 or an 8, this could never be an 8. If this was an 8, this would also have to be from the 258, which would mean it's an 8. This is never an 8. This is only 5 or 7. This is way trickier than I was led to believe, and it's making me feel I'm missing something incredibly important. The 2 making that 5, making that 8, making that 4, 4 making that 2 is probably it. So this is green, this is green, this is blue. Blue, which means if I move along, this is blue, which means that's the 7. This is green, which means it's not 7, and this is a 5, 8 pair. Okay, really failing today. So this is from 4, 6, 9, but there's already 3, 6, 9 here. So this is the 4, which is blue. This is not the 4 or the 9. That's the 6, which means this is the 9, which I could have got from the consecutive dot, but this is yellow, which looks down, making this the 3, which takes 3 out of there. That's a 6, 9 pair, making that the 3, meaning this is not the 8. Okay. There's no 3 in either of those. Need to put a 1 up here, but I'm not seeing a huge restriction there. This is fascinating. I'm going to be very curious to see what I've missed. The 2 looks down saying that's not a 2. So there is a 4. These are 4, 6, 8 to complete the column. So that's not a 6. So where's 6 in this column? There's got to be another way of seeing that, right? This is 4, 6, 8 to complete the column. So I can't put 4, 6, or 8 in this column. I've got a 4, 8. I need to put a 6 in this column. So this becomes the 6, making that the 3, making that the 6, making that the 9, making that the 6. So this is only 5 or 7 now. So this is a known triple as well. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. So these are from 3, 5, 9. And the 3 makes that the 9. This is a 3, 5. And the 3 makes that the 5 and that the 3. 3 being yellow, 5 being green. Taking 5 out of those, this is a 2, 7. 3, that's not it. There's no 9 in either of those. The 3, 6 makes that the 9. Can I resolve this yet? Well, there's no 4 there. This is 6 or 8. And it's not 6 because the 9 makes this the 6, and this is the 8, which is green. Taking 8 out of those, making that the 4, that the 6. That is the yellow, this is the blue, and this is the 9. That makes this the 2, which is green. And if we go along, this now has to be blue and green. I keep getting my colours wrong. So this is from 1 or 7 because it can't be 4 and it can't be 7. That's a 1. This is from 2, 5, 8 without being 2 or 5. That's an 8, looking up, making that the 2. Taking 2 out of there, this is a 5, 8 pair. Is that not resolved yet? but the 2 makes this the 7, which is blue. Blue, got there in the end. This is the 2, which is green. The 7 makes this the 5, which is green, which makes this the 7, which is blue. And this is from 2, 4, 8, but it can't be a 2. That's 2, 4. No, wait. No. Let's not do that. Let's do it correct. Remove the 8 from here. This is the 1, which is blue. Moving along, that makes this green and this blue. So this is 4 or 7, and I can't put 7 on a black dot. There's no valid ratios. 4 can't go down to 2, so it goes up to 8, which is also correct for the row. The 2 is looking down, making that the 4, which is blue, which makes this the green 2, which makes this green, which means it's a 5. That's the 7, which is blue. This is not the 7. This is not the 5. This is not the 6. The 8 looks up, making that the 5, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 6. The 5 looks down, making that 7, 6, 5. I'm going to keep going with the colouring, even though it's not really helping me anymore. This column is missing a blue 1. The 6 is looking back, making this the 3 and this the 6. This is now, well, I'll use the 8 to make that the 5 and the 9 to make that the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair, and the 9 is looking at making that the 8 and that the 9. 9 being yellow, 8 being green. That takes 8 out of these. Now this is, well, actually one of these has to be 2, 4, 1, 2, and the other one 4, 8. So this is now the 2, 1, and this is the 4, 8. 2 being green, 1 being blue. That makes this the 2 and this the 1, 1 being blue and 2 being green. Can I resolve these yet? Not that I can see, but I will, because I still need to put 2 and 3 into here, and the 2 makes this the 3, which is yellow, this the 2, which is green. So these in the column, I haven't put a 1 from blue, and I haven't put an 8 from green. But the 1 makes that the 8 and that the 1. 8 is from green, which is my 4 color, which is why I did that. 1 is my blue color, which is 6. These, I need to put a 9 and a 4. And the 9 makes this the 4 and this the 9. So that's my blue and my yellow. 4 was going to make this the green. Green is my 4 color, which is why I keep doing that. So this is going to be blue. This, therefore, is going to be green, and this is going to be blue. Sorry about this. So this is the 8. This is the 4. This is the 4. This is the 8. And that's wrong? I'm doing really badly at this. When did I put the second 3 into that row? There. Oh, because 1, 2. No, I've got 2, 5, 8. I'm missing 3 and 4. These are a 3, 4 pair. Wow. I'm struggling more with the colors, and this is causing me all sorts of issues. So this is 3, 4, which makes this 8, which is green. This is 4, which is blue. That means this is 8, which is green. This is 4, which is blue. 1 is now in one of those two, and it's not there. So this is the 1, which is blue. The 2 now is not here or here. So this is the 2, which is green. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. These are an 8, 9. This can't be the 8. So this is going to be the yellow 9. This is going to be the green 8. So we put in the 8, we put in the 9, and that's the correct solution to the puzzle. I really struggled with that one. I'm not sure why I struggled so much with that one. I just missed some Sudoku. That's the way it goes sometimes. I'm sure you will all do better than I did. But I figured it out. And that's what I'm here to do. Share the puzzles with you and then figure it out if I can. Not every day is going to be a great one, and I've got a few of these to record today, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you're enjoying the puzzles, even if you're not enjoying the videos. Yeah, thanks everyone, and as always, good luck with your solving.